All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my review for this week's episode of House of the Dragon. This is now for season 1, episode 8, The Lord of the Tides. All right, dudes, so definitely want to go ahead and give our thoughts on this week's episode. I guess we got a couple left here now, and that'll be it for the first season of House of the Dragon. Really enjoyed this season so far and excited to see how things wrap up in the next couple of episodes. I felt like this was a pretty good episode, although I don't think it's one of my favorite of the series. Big concentration here on Viserys, who's aging, and we see like another time skip for this one as well. So this series feels a little bit different than most in that you get, a lot of time skips as you go through it. So it sort of feels like kind of like a chronological type of a series that focuses on, the dynasty over time. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a little bit different than a standard like adventure type story where it goes, focuses on a certain group or set of characters and does it, the whole season is like one timeline. But in this one, no, they skip ahead a lot. We pick it up, now later on, and we get to see what looks like Viserys's last day, King Viserys's last day of life. And the look of him is like really crazy in this episode because he's got kind of a half face plate on, and then later he takes it off so everybody gets to see him, and he's kind of missing an eye. So it's really really brutal to kind of just see what he looks like without it, with the with one side missing. And kind of sad too, as you go through the episode and you see him kind of age to the point where at the end he's like, it seems like in the last scene that he kind of, or the last part of the episode that he's just passed on, which brings kind of the climactic episode. Most likely will be episode 9. Most likely will be next week's episode to see the first season kind of a climactic battle for who will be taking the throne after. There's some conflicting messages here to set up for episode 9. It seems like everything is going for Rhaenyra, and then at the end he kind of says one last thing to Alicent. So will Alicent still try to take the throne from Rhaenyra? Will Rhaenyra just inherit it right away? And what will happen? A lot of questions for this one, and I'm in the dark as to all of it. Have really no idea what's going to happen going forward, but usually with Game of Thrones, episode 9 is your big episode, and then episode 10 is just like the aftermath of it before you see your next season the following year or two. So expecting next week's episode to be a big one. There's some cool stuff in this one as we see things kind of play through. It's called The Lord of the Tides because it really is questioning who will be, if Corlys has fallen and is dead, then we have to kind of see who will be taking the sea throne, I think it's called, or the Lord of the Tides, in for the Valerian dynasty. So you have Vaemond Valerian, who's got a big part in this one, and spoilers for that, he gets he gets his head cut off, pretty much in like the middle, which is really brutal and kind of sad to see for him. But he's like, he calls them bastards and stuff, which, so, they're black, right? So, so you can kind of see that the boys, it's kind of obvious, but, the way you guys know how truth works, right? A king defines the truth, so it's what it is, and he gets shown that kind of in a brutal fashion, a brutal way. So that really sucks for him in this one to see like through. Really brutal. The rest of the episode, I think there's some stuff with Aemon, which is pretty cool, where he's kind of again grown of age a bit, and he's like, what can we say about Aemon? He's like, he's got one eye as well too, and he's training with Christian, I think, and we get the sense that he's gotten really, really good, but we still get the sense that Daemon is probably the best of them all, like in terms of who's the toughest of all of them. It seems like Daemon probably is. So yeah, as far as everything else in the episode goes, I don't have too much else to say about it. There is one girl in it named Deanna or Diana. I thought that was kind of strange with what happens with her and Allison, so it's kind of cool. But aside from that, I don't have too much else to say about the episode. It's mostly a setup episode, I think, for episode 9, which should end up being kind of the big one for this season. I'm going to give this one an 8.5 out of 10. It's kind of a bit of a long one, but it is the last episode for Viserys, it looks like. So, the good stuff is coming up. It's just, it was still pretty epic and still pretty exciting as to see what was going to happen. A lot of drama throughout and everything. But, I'm most excited for episode 9. I think that should be a really great one. So, comments below. What do you guys think about this one? If you liked this review, thumb it up below, share, favorite, and subscribe at the bottom if you're new. That's pretty much all I got to say about this one. It's a good episode, a lot of drama throughout, and but really good setup for episode 9, which should be really good. That's it for this video, guys. We'll see you again soon for another. As always, this is Trev, and I'm saying peace later, guys. See you soon.